So bring your hand out again. Yeah, that's what we love that. And you wonder what's wrong? That's what's wrong right there.
I'm not changing that. So that's
what's wrong.
Forget that.
That's
you
right.
can forget that.
Thinking about the first time that we met. Thinking about the time when you hosted. Laughing at the good time that we had. Even time when sorrow made us sad. Yo, reminisce on the Spanish we had.
This is the Dark Enlightenment with your host, MARKSSIUS Hill, aka House Hill, the 2-3 of MCs. Welcome to Enlightenment. Peace. How you doing today, Enlightenment family? It's House Hill with Dark Enlightenment. Today we're going to talk about Kevin Samuels, the niggas. We're going to explore a couple different themes that Mr. Samuels touched on with the ladies that he spoke with. The first will be delivery. This topic always comes up when Mr. Samuels is delivering facts, data, and statistics, undisputable truth to women that can't handle it. Delivery, they always saying, you could do it better, you could deliver it better. Yet, there was no one that could do it better. Mr. Samuels was always respectful when the ladies were, and he reciprocated energy. Another one of the topics is how women can't handle criticism. They can't handle the truth. Most of the time they think they can just be pretty and show up, and that's good enough for the average man. We're going to talk about the movie culture and how it has influenced the black culture and the black woman's mind with this color purple and Stella got a groove back mentality. We're also going to talk about the disrespect towards below average men, and even high value men. As most of the time, women just talk through a man. Grounds for behavior of the modern woman. Also giving a delusional sense of well-being. Even molding them into promiscuous individuals with the college culture and also the church culture, which started with slavery.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well. How old are you?
21.
What do you got for me?
I actually was the one who said it's based on your delivery. I think she went off my comment, and I would think that it's just based on delivery, it's just how you say it.
How do you say you're fat?
You're oversized. You're obese. You're a little unhealthy.
Fat. Obese is better? You think what?
Well, I think that you can say you're a little on the unhealthy side. Your size isn't ideal and it's unhealthy. So
I just want okay. Hold on. No. That's a statement of fact. Why? Okay. My question is, why is it women don't have a problem telling the man he's broke?
Okay.
Why?
I mean, men don't have a problem telling women they're unattractive.
Okay. You just answered the question with a question. That's not how we do this. I said women don't have a problem telling men they're broke. Why?
I mean, I would think I would think it's to better that man.
Okay, so when a woman tells a man the truth about a negative perception, it's for him to better himself.
But it's about her delivery, though.
Excuse me. No, ma'am. No. I just said broke. I didn't say you're financially unattractive, you can earn a little money. I said broke.
Well, that's rude to say it like that.
Is there a dollar amount a man earns less than that makes him broke?
Excuse me, can you say that again?
Is there a dollar amount, an annual amount of money that a man has to make less than so he'll be broke? So let's say If you make $50,000, you're not broke. But if you make $25,000 a year, you're broke.
Well, honestly,
Is there a broke? Is there a number where broke starts at?
I mean, if that is really.
I'm asking. Is there a number, a baseline number?
No, because there's so many factors that go into
making
that.
$10 an hour. No, I don't want to play games. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do the find the nuance. For most people, $10 an hour. Is that man $10 an hour working $2,000? So $20,000 a year. Is that man broke?
Yes.
Okay. $15 an hour, $30,000 a year. Is that man broke?
Yes.
$20 an hour, $40,000 a year. Is that man broke?
No, I think he can sustain himself, just not a family.
Okay,
himself,
so there is a number between 30 and 40,000 where it goes from being broke to not being broke.
Right.
But at $20, he's definitely broke. $20,000 a year, $20,000 a year, $10 an hour, he's definitely broke.
I mean, yeah, that's just the way
all right.
it is.
The same logic holds with weight.
Mm-hmm.
There is a number to where you're just fat.
Right. That's right, but it's just your delivery, how you say. I mean, you can come at them like you're fat and you're just fat. But if you say, "Hey, you're unhealthy," and
so when you say a man, but I'm using your same theory though. You told a man he's broke to help him out. Do you think? Hold on. Do you think?
No, you said.
Do you think? Do you think me?
You said a man is broke.
Hold on. Do you think telling a woman? You think me telling an obese woman she's fat is new news to her? You think that she didn't know that?
But what are you getting out of saying?
I didn't ask you that. You don't answer a question with a question. If you want to do this, I'll answer.
When a question is answered with a question, you know a person you're speaking with has no answer. This tactic is often employed by those who want to turn the discussion in the direction they want. Instead of answering the simple questions, I ask you a question, you answer me back. You ask me a question, I answer your question. That's how it usually goes. So please recognize that if you find yourself answering a question with the question, most likely you don't have the answer. And if you do answer, you're wrong.
Do you think that's new news to her? Do you think she really didn't know she was fat?
No.
All right. So it doesn't matter what I'm saying. She can see herself every day. What am I gaining out of it? When women like that say they want high value men. When women like that say they want a man to take me as I am. When women like that tell dudes, you average and you ain't on my level.
Well,
when women like that call themselves 9s and 10s, 8s.
Well, in a traditional man's eyes, not a high profile. I mean, that's fine if, everyone has dreams. So if you're, for a traditional man, she could probably be suitable, but for like a high,
why does it? Okay, where's your family from? Where's your family from?
My family's from Columbus, Ohio. Okay,
why should an average man be relegated to having a fat wife? You go back in your family history 100 years ago, where the men barely graduated from high school. Did they have fat wives?
I think that they were a little hefty, yeah, but it was because it was more so, can you maintain a home? Can you, listen to your husband?
People weren't obese 100 years ago.
Eating chitlins and stuff like that.
Doesn't matter. They weren't obese.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So what you're basically doing is reinforcing the same thing that an average man, a fat woman will do for him, but if he's a high value man, then they won't do. So that means all the men want to get to be high value. So that means women. So basically, you're pushing all of the men to the top, and you telling men in the middle that they don't deserve anything.
Be on notice, fellas. If you're an average man, which most men are, modern women don't think you deserve anything but the scraps. the rooter of the tutor, the sausage, the grinded up everything, gristle, bone, tendon, the bacon, the hog maws, the turkey necks. That's all for you. And the filet mignon and the sushi and the halibut and the good salmon, the T-bone, that's not for you. Women want you after you have made it. They don't want you while you're in the process. What most modern women are saying today is reprehensible. This mind state is becoming a real handicap in the black community. What happened to coming up together, making it happen together? Now you just want the finished product. Please recognize this flawed logic.
Do you think a woman being fat is a choice?
Yes.
Then she could choose to not be fat.
Well, the argument is the delivery. We're kind of circling around.
The delivery. Who does it? Okay, fine, delivery. Who does it better? How should I deliver it? Because women often, I'm telling you this, women often say the delivery. Tell me the man or the person who's delivering truth the preferable way.
It's just like I said, it's their tone.
You
It's how.
got to give me an example. You can't give me a tone example. Give me an example. Give me somebody to model after. Name me one person.
So you're telling me to give you a person?
Mm-hmm. Right. You want to shoot like Steph Curry. You want to dribble like Tim Hardaway. Give me somebody to model after. You can't just say it's just your tone and you're not giving me a model. Who? Because you have a model in your mind. Who are you thinking about? It has to be somebody that we all would know. Can't be your dad or your granddad.
I guess one that's always in the media would be like Lizzo, kind of.
You want me? So you're saying that me is a 53-year-old.
She has a man though.
Excuse me, hold on. I want to be clear. You're telling me that as a 53-year-old man, I should model Lizzo's.
Wait, I was confused on the question.
You're telling me my tone and my delivery, and I'm saying who does it right. Give me a model. Give me somebody to model after.
I mean, it's just common sense. Like you.
No, it's not common sense. It's common. No, it's not.
Your parents.
Okay, ma'am. Listen. Don't get frustrated. It's not common sense. Men do this. Men often ask women to give us what we need. Give me an example of what you're talking about. Don't tell me why it's so simple or common sense. If it's all that, just give me the name.
Well, I don't have an ideal person that could give you a delivery on.
So there's
how
no way
to
I
tell
can
a
know.
woman she's fat.
Then there's no way I can know. You can't tell me. All you can do is say your tone, your delivery, but you can't give me an example. You can't expect me to do anything different. It's not how human beings learn.
Well, I mean, I would think that a person is taught how to conduct a conversation.
No, ma'am. Due respect, that's not how we learn. You see, that's part of the problem. This is a feelings-based argument. There is nobody that does it better. You can't point to somebody and say, Barack Obama or Donald Trump or Elon Musk. You can't say. So if you can't tell me, then how am I supposed to get better? How am I supposed to know?
I guess I guess it just starts with the house. It starts at home. It just starts with parenting styles at that point.
How about this? How about you just wrong? It doesn't start with the house, man. You can't. It's like saying, you know what? I don't like the way you make steak. It's just not good. All right, you don't like the way I make steak? Whose steak do you like? Oh, I think it should be common sense. It's just a cow. That's not how people learn. That's not even that. I mean, I'm not trying to be ridiculous, but come on, that's not how that works.
No, but what I'm saying is it's your delivery and how you say things. I'm not saying what you say. I'm saying how you say it. Mm-hmm. And everyone should have been taught how you should say something.
No, they're not. And the problem is women aren't taught. No, and that's the problem today. I'm glad you got there. You ladies aren't taught how to handle criticism. You're only taught how to handle praise. So we're talking about a failure at home. The failure at home is to teach all of you that you're special snowflakes, and you're not.
Yeah, I mean, it varies.
It doesn't vary because women are less happy, less married, and headed in the worst direction. And who's teaching them? Daddy ain't, mama is. And you're telling me to do it better. I'm like, well, no. And here's the thing. The women who
I think dads, I would have to disagree with you. I think dads are more like, oh, you're my little girl. The guy got to give you the world. He has to do this.
We're talking about how many dads get to raise their children to 18 years old.
In the black community, it's actually it's really bad. But I'm just speaking. You have male.
So how many dads get to raise their children in their home until 18 years old? So don't tell me about it. Don't tell me that black community. See, y'all always want to go to the extraneous examples. And here's the reality: women were not taught how men think. You weren't taught how men feel. You weren't taught what men want, and you were not taught how to handle criticism. You were taught that you are the prize. That we're supposed to do X, Y, and Z for you, and all you're supposed to do is be pretty and show up. And that's not getting you married. That's not getting women married. That's getting you pumped and dumped, slaved to the side, and then 27 years old, y'all looking like, where are all the good men at? Because you did not learn how to accept the criticism and critique of the kind of men that you want to wife.
Delivery is often a topic focused on by the women when pushed into a corner by Mr. Samuels. The women had no problem telling the man he's short, he's fat, he's broke, he's crusty, he's musty, he's dusty, he's a scrub. Yet we take it in stride and try to improve ourselves because we're used to rejection and criticism. The world generally doesn't care about men at all. If you're not a productive person in this world as a man, that's almost equal to being fat as a woman.
Like, what you're saying kind of reminds me of, like, Why Did I Get Married to You? You kind of giving, like, more, like, a Mike approach to Sheila, kind of.
Who?
Like, have you watched the movie Why Did I Get Married? And then you seen, like, how Mike was treating Sheila and calling her, like, just saying all this stuff. And it was just, I think that's kind of the approach that you.
You're 21 years old. I'm more concerned at 21 years old that you're watching that kind of film. That movie was filthy. Why Did I Get Married? That movie didn't help. Do you think it portrayed marriage in a good light?
Well, I mean, nowadays.
No, the answer is that it portrayed marriage in a good light. No, it didn't. Did it portray black marriage in a good light?
No.
Did your mama let you watch it, or did your daddy let you watch that?
I really just watched it on my own.
Uh-huh. In whose house? Your mama's house or your daddy's house?
I was actually at my friend's.
Her mama's house or her daddy's house?
Her mom's.
Thank you. You can't make this shit up, people. Unsupervised young women watching that kind of trash because women just let y'all do whatever. And
so what are we supposed
to the point to where you have an opportunity to talk to somebody and you can't tell me an example of a proper tone. You can't tell me this, but you can tell me some BS you saw in a movie that shaped your mind. And that I'm talking to the audience right now, and that's sad because this is what I mean. They don't get taught; they get supervised. Girls aren't raised today.
I was giving an example of a bad delivery, and your delivery on fat women kind of gave me.
That movie was propaganda. Movie was straight propaganda. Did black men look good in that Tyler Perry movie? Nobody talks to their woman like he talked to Jill Scott in real life. Ma'am.
I don't know who's talking. I've seen it.
And that's the thing. This is what litters these young girls' minds. This crap that's been fed into them. to the point where you're bringing it up like it's real life or like it's something to be modeled after, instead of saying this is garbage.
I mean, it is
It's
garbage.
garbage.
This movie culture has always been ridiculous. In my day, it was Stella when she got her groove back. Before that, The Color Purple. Now, all black women think most women were beat down by Big Daddy. Big Mama got beat down, and mistreating the black woman is all we did. There was no structure. There was no happiness. It was only struggle and pain for Big Mama. And she was a slave to Big Daddy. Man, get out of here. These people were in better spiritual condition and mental condition than we are today. And this propaganda needs to be recognized as such, ruining our image. And it's going to take us a long time to dig out of this. Portrayals as gangsters, philanderers, cutthroats, and even when we're betrayed in a good light, they're going to get him outside the movies. They're going to ruin his image, i.e. Bill Cosby, R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney, if you want to go to the woman's side. It's called the color purple mentality. The Stella got a groove back mentality. The love and basketball mentality. Whatever girl flick you can think of that stars mostly black people.
Hello, how are you? Hold on.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How old are you?
I'm 25. No, I'm 35.
Okay. What do you got? Is it a critique or is it a belittling?
No, I actually agree with what she's saying. She's definitely right. It's definitely all about the approach. We have to pay attention to how we talk to people. We can't just say, "Oh, this hamburger is disgusting." We have to say, "You know what, honey, you did a good job." I'm talking. I respect what she. I'm sorry, honey. I didn't catch her name.
You're talking through me. You got to know that I can hear you. You can hear me. We got to know how we talk to one another. Why do women think it's okay to talk through a man?
No. You asked me. I answered.
Okay. Yeah. You said you agree with her, and I'm asking you just
like definitely her. Agree with her.
Not even lip. Give me a problem. Right. Because here's the funny thing is, you guys are getting a kick out of this. The world likes it this way because you're 21, you're 35, you both will die alone.
No, definitely not.
Okay. What does your husband have to say about that?
What does he have to say? He isn't going to say much. He's not going to come on this camera.
So who does it right?
What do you mean, who does it right?
Okay, you're telling me the tone. Tell me who does it right. Give me a model.
Okay, so we can't give you a model. The fact is, I'm going to give you a model.
Black men don't like to be.
Excuse me, then do
I
respect.
think that's the issue.
Okay, do respect, and you can't tell me how to do it. You can't tell me a model. You're saying do something better, and you're just using a bunch of words.
We can't give you a model because the thing is, you treat people how you want to be treated. So therefore, I am the best model of how I want to be treated. So therefore, I'm going to be the best person. Okay. Okay.
I don't like your steak. I say I like steak, and you make me a steak. And I say I don't like your steak, and you say, well, what do you like? Well, it's just not good. It should be better. Okay. What do you mean by better? Should it be more flavorful? Should it be less? Well, how do you like it cooked? Well, just better. It should be common sense. Speak your steak like you want to.
No.
Always be aware of a woman that says no in different ways. She'll say no. Or she'll cut you off. No. Or she'll start the sentence off. No. Beware. Cut.
Listen to the example before. Wouldn't you ask me at some point, whose steak are you comparing it to? What's a model? Give me an idea. You would just keep telling them, well, just no.
Oh, definitely not. I would say no, honey. There's a bit too much blood here. Maybe next time we'll do it a bit more well done. Or I'll say no, honey. We don't have enough blood here.
Then tell
Maybe
me
we can try to.
then tell me the person who delivers truthful
What if?
Stop.
What if you don't
Tell
know?
me the person.
What if you don't have an example?
Tell me the person who delivers truthful content to women in the right way.
You don't have one.
Then I'm all
Well,
you.
That's where you and your husband just have to communicate.
Deal with it. I'm not changing
You
the
just,
tone.
no, hell no. You just have to communicate.
You don't have to change the tone.
And we're going to try
Because it is
again and
working.
again and again until we get it right.
One thing you cannot do. I'm going to tell you one more time. You can go back to your husband or wherever he is. This is the way women typically act. You cannot
This is not
overtalk her. That's just rude.
Oh, I'm over talking you.
This woman thought she was so cute. She came in loud like a firecracker. Yeah, most women think that's cute. But guess what? It's very masculine and rude. If she wasn't laughing, being playful like she was 16 years old, she was being loud and rude like an old man in the bar after a couple shots of whiskey. She's 35 and unmarried, and you can definitely see why she is unmarried. Always saying, no, 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 no. Talking over. Constantly being very annoying. And I suspect she wasn't married. And if she was, God bless that man.
I think that we are looking more. I think it's more sad the fact that we don't have an example as Black women to say, okay, this is how we would want to be, or it's sad that we actually don't have that example to give in the first place.
Why do you think that is?
Well, because the men aren't like how they used to be. That's the only thing I could think.
So again, it's a men's fault.
Well, I'm just saying, like, there is room to be improved as far as I feel like men these days, they have unrealistic.
Man, okay, before you go down that path at 21 years old, were you raised with your father in the house?
Yes.
Were your mother and father married?
Mm-hmm.
All right. If women are getting married before kids, whose fault is that?
Well, I think it's a different mindset now because back then most
if women aren't getting married, you say the father.
You're not letting me finish.
Hold on, no, you say the father, and we started the basic building block. He needs to be in the home. If women are not choosing to be married before they have children, the father is not in the home. You cannot blame the person who's not there for how you turn out.
But a man has to marry a woman.
There's no but. There's no but. There's no way you would have a baby before marriage. There are too many forms of birth control.
I mean, things happen. So
you're right about that. Now I can't.
That's not
see.
I want you guys to understand the sheer lack of accountability. Think about how many times did 1, 2, 3 women have pushed the responsibility back onto the man. Things happen. Accountability is like kryptonite, man. If a woman doesn't want to have a baby, she does use birth control. I didn't say stop having sex, just stop making babies with men that aren't your husbands. Can we agree that needs to happen?
Okay, so how am I supposed to know if he's
Hold on. Can we agree that needs to happen first?
Okay.
Can we? Yes or no?
Yeah, that needs to happen.
Yeah, we can agree.
Then who ensures that men or women?
Women.
Thank you.
Only because we give birth to them, so we.
And you pay a higher price because if you have a child outside of marriage, you're setting yourself and the child up for less favorable outcomes. You were asking me what? Laying down?
The question. Oh, which one?
The other girl. She said, so what? You said something about it happens. So what to do what?
Well, no, it does happen. I mean, that's been inevitable. It didn't happen to me, but it does happen to other people.
But if you start looking at the marriage...
What do you mean it just happens? How do you just get pregnant? You don't just happen to have unprotected sex during the time you're ovulating.
Well, what if you're having sex every day?
See how that happened, folks? I just said it doesn't just happen where you have unprotected sex when you're ovulating. Just like the modern woman, she instead of answering the question, she just moved the goalposts.
Oh, whatever. It's true though, but what if you haven't sex
No, what I
every
just
day?
said is true, and this is why so many women are going unmarried.
But what about the men that say, like, I mean, I get you're saying it's the woman's choice because it is, because in the end she has to have the like it's hers. So, but what about those men who are like, oh, I don't like you with, protection, or those
Yeah,
men
you don't have
who,
sex. Very
But
simple.
what about those men who, like, because the men, I mean, you're not, I feel like you don't really, I do understand that women, we need work to be done, but the black men in our community are reading at 4th grade level.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. 54% of black men are single and childless, and 61% are in the middle class. You're not going to come on here and run that bullshit. No, 2.5 million black men are in the upper class. This is that bullshit you were watching on those movies. That ain't the truth. I challenge you to go look up the statistics. Blackdemographics.com, black statistics by black people for black people. 54% of black men in this country, single, childless, 61 in the middle class, but you all got to think that there aren't no men out there to justify why you're alone. You're alone not because there are not enough men. You're alone because you're unfit.
So where are we supposed to find them at?
In the gym, behind their preposition.
In a gym?
In the gym.
Yes, the gym. I don't know what you believe, but your ancestors didn't have transportation. They walked. And before that, they ran, chasing food, running from things, doing physical activity, toting water, washing things with their hands. And y'all sitting around on the sofa, eating bonbons and shit like that's what's up. You're still an animal and you need to do physical activity. This delusion you live in is going to cost you your health. And when that's gone, all bets are off. The money, the education is not going to mean anything to you without your health.
Well, I thought men were born hunters. I thought they were they were to catch. I'm just so confused.
Hold on. Where are they supposed to find them at? Were you raised with your mother? Lady laying down on the red pillow. Your first name?
Tina.
Tina, Were your mother and father married?
Yes, they were.
So when you asked your father where you supposed to find him at, what does he tell you?
He found her in the same neighborhood.
I said when you asked your father where you're supposed to find him at, what does he tell you?
He don't know the answers. That's why I'm on here.
So when you had when you asked the question to him, he said what?
To find a man?
I heard the gym theory. I ain't gonna lie. I heard.
Not on the internet.
Hold on, sweetheart. No, I'm going to drill down on this. What did he say when you had the conversation?
In church.
I heard that.
And then where else?
In school.
And then where else?
That was it.
And your father failed you.
Oh, well, that's why I'm on here, because I ain't got no.
Well, that's not. But if you're gonna tell me did your mother raise you to be
both
a wife? Did your mother raise you to be a wife?
Yeah, I mean, she is a wife.
Did she raise you to be a wife?
I guess so, yeah.
You guess? If you were raised to be a wife, you would know. So what did your mother raise? Okay, so I'm asking questions. What did your mother raise you to do for a man?
Cook, clean, be emotionally supportive.
You cook and clean for yourself, but that is something that goes. What else?
Be emotionally supportive.
In what way?
What she used to do? She used to ask him stuff. I don't know, like be nice to him, not be bitchy.
So what I need you to understand is you want to, Miss 21-year-old, you want to say the delinquencies and where black men are, and you're saying your mother and father raised you in the household. Mm-hmm. And this is the basics. You didn't ask your dad, he told you school or church, and your mama didn't raise you to be a wife. The problem is that's not a woman that's fit to be a wife.
So what's fit to be a wife?
A man who is a husband does not need to go to a woman who does not know what to do.
Well, we have to, at this point, we have to blame the generations before us because, I
No,
mean,
you got to blame your mama.
right. And
Your mama didn't
that's what
teach
I'm
you.
saying, the
If your
generation.
mama was married, if your mother was married, and she didn't teach you how to be a wife and teach you how to work with and for a man, then blame your mama. Ain't got shit to do with the generation. It got to do with the woman that raised you, especially if she was married. And that's a problem. Far too many married women aren't teaching their daughters how to be wise. They're teaching their daughters how to be independent. And then when it fails, you want to look at the men and say the
So you don't think it's the men problem too? Some of the men out here, it gotta be
Some
us.
men don't. They want to have
Excuse me.
women.
No. Before you get to the men, you got to get to the marriage. Before you get to the men, how many of our children, what percentage of our children are born as a result of marriage?
I don't know. Not a lot.
And how old are you again?
27.
Let me be honest, man. You're laying down in the bed on an Instagram channel with millions of people.
It's not millions. It ain't. It's 9,227 now.
For the millions of people. And this is what I'm trying to say. If this is what a woman who is asking these questions, you're laying down, like, this is the attitude, the average woman.
It's 12 o'clock at night. What am I supposed to be doing? Outside in the club? It's 12 o'clock at
I want
night.
you guys to understand what I want you to understand. This is why. This is why. The mindset. It's like, it's a joke. It's a joke. Relationships are a joke in a game until you're 27 years old. It ain't gonna be a joke in about 8 years. And the problem is, 80% of our children are brought into fatherless homes. 80% of the kids are born to single mothers. So that means the majority of our community is single mother raised at home. You're already screwed up. Black marriages have last less than 5 years on average. 80% of the divorces that are filed by women. 75% divorce rate. You can't keep a man if you keep leaving your man. You can't be married if you ain't getting married before the baby. If you do get married, you don't stay more than 5 years.
But we don't have a baby when we asking them questions. She don't have a baby. I don't have a baby.
So what we doing wrong?
So what we doing wrong? She not fat. I'm not fat. So now what?
I don't know what you are. Hold on. I don't know what you are.
I'm not fat. So.
I don't know. That's what you say. How tall are you?
I'm 5 feet.
Dress size?
I would say a 4.
How much you weighed the last time you weighed yourself?
144.
You every bit of a dress size 8. Ain't no damn way you would get 5 foot, 140 pounds in a dress size.
Yes, I do. I'm saying a 4.
It's my delivery. I'm an image consultant in real life. I know what the hell I'm talking about. I dress and size women all the time. I can look at your face.
Let's just say I'm not fat.
And the problem is, I want you to understand, look at your attitude. You talk about attitude and delivery, look at her. The attitude and delivery. It's a joke or it's aggressive. It's a joke or it's aggressive. I try to answer everything. I'm over talking. Pull out the shirt. Bring your hand out again. Yeah, that's what we love that. Mm-hmm. And you wonder what's wrong? That's what's wrong right there.
I'm not changing that. So that's
what's wrong.
Forget that. You can forget that.
Congratulations.
That come with me. You can forget that.
And it'll die with you.
Mm-hmm.
Because I tell you right now, I guarantee you right now, you know and I know, a white man, Hispanic man, Middle Eastern, or Asian man would not tolerate any of this.
Now here we go with the younger version of what some would call a hyena. Either it's hyena sounds coming out. If it's not that always talking, it's that they're laughing. That's why they have been named hyenas, I think. Loud, masculine behavior. If you're not like a 16-year-old child, very childlike, then you're very aggressive and masculine. There's no happy medium. There's no balance, no moderation in behavior. In no way, shape, or form is this behavior amusing or cute. This is who I am. You like it? No.
The only group of men that would even contemplate tolerant is the black men. And we're trying to get black men to raise their standards because, ma'am, your behavior is unacceptable. Even if you're right, you're still wrong because your behavior. You came on here, this platform has millions of people. You can be seen globally. And are you making a good representation for yourself or not? I get dinged for belittling women. I have conversations with women and let women show how they act. That's all I do.
You just said that my nails is not gonna give me no man, but they like this. That's
it's just a part of femininity.
My personality, yeah.
I want you to go show me the women that are married to men of value who have nails that long.
Let me think about it. Nicki Minaj.
I mean, I like them a little shorter.
I'm not going to get into her husband. I said men of value.
Oh, don't come at the queen.
I don't have a problem with Nicki Minaj. She's a cool person, but you brought her in. I said men of value.
Men of value. Damn.
They're like a medium.
So if you want to marry a man of value and you say this comes with such and so forth, you either get rid of the nails or lose the opportunity to get the man. That's all it comes down to.
I'll consider it.
You don't have to consider. The thing is, man, while you're considering it, women who are already raised or understand that they need to compete for him, he ain't got to handle you or figure you out. The women who are already trying to get on his team, that's what I talked about on YouTube today. Y'all are so worried about men. So many of our women are worried about men taking you as you are or handling you. This is why Becky's coming in, Maria's swooping them up, and y'all can be right at the Dunning-Kruger effect. Loud and wrong. It's not working. And it's not, and here's the thing, it's not working because men in general, black men in particular, are marrying you. If they're not marrying you, you gotta ask them why.
You be having some points, I'm not gonna lie, but sometimes it's just like you get way too disrespectful, calling people fat, girls, ladies fat, and all that stuff. They ain't got no man. But the fat girls got more husbands than anybody.
No, they don't.
Oh, Lord. Check the statistics with that.
Who you think you're talking to? I'm a walking statistic. What I'm talking about.
Listen,
fat girls ain't got husbands because they're on my show looking for high value men. And if I call you 5'8", 220 pounds fat, if I tell you the size of an NFL running back, is it a statement of truth?
Listen, all I know.
See, that's what I'm telling you. There is no nice way to tell somebody who's used to no criticism or accountability that there's something wrong. Should a female weigh more than a male at the same height? A male and a female, the same height. Should the female weigh more than the male?
But what that got to do with love?
I didn't ask you that.
I mean, no, because that's not healthy. But what does that have to do with love?
Is it not healthy or is it not natural?
It's both. It's both. It's not natural or healthy. But people are.
So then why are women doing it? If it's not healthy or natural?
I don't know.
Take me as I am.
Huh?
Take me as I am. That's why they're doing it. No man is supposed to have anything. Nature can't even have a standard for women. And then you go back to love. Love has nothing to do with marriage at first.
Okay.
Go back 100 years ago. Did people date? How long did people date 100 years ago?
I wasn't born 100 years ago, so I wouldn't know.
Excuse me, did you go to high school?
Yes.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
Then stop with the smart ass attitude. All you need is a goddamn history or a library card. Do that one more time and I will bid you a good night. I'm tired of your disrespect. Now, do you want to continue or would you like to leave?
No, I'll continue.
See, I want you to understand, I'm twice your age and the casual disrespect of trying to have a reasonable conversation And it doesn't matter. See, y'all don't like my tone, but you don't have to have any problem with your disrespect.
I just feel like sometimes you are a little bit disrespectful. You just don't realize it.
I asked you, did people date 100 years ago? And you got disrespectful. And I'm going to tell you right now, y'all's generation, my generation is the last generation of men that was raised tradition. These young guys, y'all know, anyway, that smart mouth gets dealt with sooner or later. Gets dealt with sooner or later. And most of you dealt with it by yourself. Better stop talking to men like they're crazy. Because you talk to men like you want to smoke. Some guy just may decide to smoke it up with you. Then you'll be going, oh, what happened?
It's not unusual to run into a woman that has fighting words. She dropping F-bomb. She calling you a MFer, a F-boy. She's saying parts of your anatomy are small. And she might even smack you. Yeah, Kevin Samuels can't even tell the woman that she's fat, or even tell the woman that you're average. Now your feelings are hurt. No fighting words, delivered in a very calm, respectable manner, and accountability is immediately shifted back to him after the ill behavior of this woman.
Now, back to the conversation. 100 or so years ago, did people date? Or how long did they date?
I don't think they dated for a long time because and I would say I don't know, because like the woman had to get out the house at like 16.
So about how long? Okay, I get it. About how long?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think a long time though.
Just guess.
A few weeks, a few months.
Thank you. They didn't date. People picked. For whatever reason, they picked. So we got people dating today 2, 3, 5, 10 years and not getting on with life, and then wondering why they're still getting high school outcomes when you're still dating like high schoolers. Dating is dumb.
Wow, okay.
But dating, so we're talking about all this other stuff. But you got out of the house because you went from your father's house to your parents' house to your husband's house, because you were trained and you knew what was expected of a wife. Today, you don't even know what's expected of a woman, much less than a wife. That's why I'm asking.
Well, were they happy? Eventually, they weren't happy, and then they got a divorce.
That's what they kept. That's what Tyler Perry and them keep telling you, is these women weren't happy. That's what The Color Purple, Ready to Exhale, and all these bullshit ass narratives keep telling you. Yeah, women in those 50-year marriages weren't happy. My grandmother was happy. She was happy she had a husband, Jesus, and her family. And her mother was happy. The black community was better back before Jim Crow, segregation, slavery, and all the other kind of stuff, because we had families. Women today are not happy. You're just single. You're just single. And you're not making enough money to live this hot girl summer or whatever. It's not working. You're 21. You're 27.
Yeah, but I'm in school.
Okay, but you're younger than 27. You're 27 years old. Do you want to be married one day?
Yes, I do.
Okay, let's say you're 55 years old. Let's just say for some reason at 55, you never got married, never had any kids. Well, what would life look like socially?
For me, socially, it would be sad because all of my friends or my coworkers have families. Okay. So,
how was your last relationship?
How long was my last relationship?
When was it?
When was it?
Mm-hmm.
We broke up in October.
How long was that relationship?
A year and some change.
Okay. By what age would you like to be married?
30.
How many kids would you like to have?
1.
Why just one child?
It is right now. It's like, the economy. I don't know. I think 1 is safe.
Is that a healthy way to raise a child?
No, but God forbid if the man leaves, then what I'm gonna do?
Men don't lead. Y'all do. I just proved that several times over. Women make mating decisions based upon our bad behavior, and you're the ones that act badly. You're the ones that lead. You're the ones that wreck the family. You're the ones that wreck the home. You're the ones that wreck the kids. Facts. And one kid. China has a one-child policy, and it's crippling the country. Now they're telling people, oh, we need at least 3 kids. One child, I was raised as an only child. It's a horrible thing to do. But I want you to understand how selfish your decisions are. One kid, because it's best for you. That's what
What should her response been?
Say again?
I said, well, what should her response have been?
Yeah.
Is a family one child?
Yeah. A family could be one child.
No, it's not.
Wait, cool.
Ask anybody who was raised as an only child, and they will tell you there's a hole there. It is not a family. A family is at least 2 kids, preferably 3.
So how do you feel about people that have 3 children and can't afford to raise 3 children?
You live at your means. Your grandmother and your great-grandmother had more kids or less money. You stop living like you got... Do that again? That shit costs money.
I know. That's why I should have 1 kid.
See what I mean? See what I mean? Selfishness of modern women. You laugh because even you knew, even at 21, you're like, God damn, don't say that. But that's real.
Well,
y'all are too adorned to be so broke.
Money. Every penny adds up. And when you spend money frivolously, it can set you back for a whole lifetime. That's why in this society we live in today, they want everything to be feminized because women spend so much money. And feminine men, they buy these clothes, shoes, hats, jewelry, all these accessories just like a woman would. So they want you to be very feminine. Recognize that that's what they're doing. That's why you have the woman king. And that's why the panther is a woman. And that's why you have our women chonking spears and killing men. It's propaganda, once again. But the whole point is the feminization for money.
No, because, all right, I feel like after two kids, that would be it for personally me. Because 3 kids is crazy. I really feel like you should be making $300K with 3 kids.
Where'd you go to school for?
I went to school for computer engineering.
Are you making over 6 figures?
No.
Over 80?
I make just at 80.
So in other words, in order to have more children. So my thing is, why do women in 2022 want to live a life of high value? Because 350 is the number. Why do you need to have so much money to have kids today when women 100 years ago with barely 5th or 6th grade educations had more children with less money?
Because
the economy.
Yeah. And then I just told you that I make 80.
The economy?
But I make
the gas prices.
And that's not enough money right now.
You can go to the Hispanic community and tell me they make less than the black community, they got more kids, and they're taking over the black side of town. It's not the economy, it's because you ladies spend outside of your means. Those eyelashes, you're 21 years old and your face is beat to the gods. When I was in college, women don't even put that kind of shit on for holiday parties. They didn't have it on Tuesday night just because. But your nails, young lady, that was only done for something like a glamour shot. That's not even functional. And that costs money. You what now?
I said I was actually somewhere earlier today.
But my
I just
fact,
started
but you
taking
get
it
the
up.
point, whether you or not.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Women today spend too much money. And then women talk about you want to have children based on money. You want to pick men based on money. And guess what? To men, hearing you say, I think you're gonna have three kids, you need to make at least $300K. You know how many men would say something about your delivery? But that's just truth for you now, isn't it? See, y'all don't have any problem telling men anything. But my thing is this: a man making $250,000 or more, what is he going to want from a wife?
Me to do everything.
Structure.
Me to do everything. What does that mean?
I can't have an attitude where I can't listen to him if he making that much.
Oh, but he's making less. You can't.
Yes.
I can't believe you said it.
I'm being honest.
I believe you said it because that's the truth.
Yeah, I'm being honest.
That's what I was going to say.
Being average today has become an insult. To be in the middle. We know what happens when you get too high. It's a long fall. And we know what happens when you're down low in the gutter. The middle should be considered a perfect zone in today's society. Yet we relegated it to an insult. Being average is an insult. So if we were trying to chop each other's necks for money, what we got then? And if we all living at the bottom in the slums, what do we have then? Wouldn't the middle be the best place to be? Isn't it better to be average? Not in today's society, it doesn't seem. You can't get a woman if you're average. Sorry.
That's why I said dying alone is the truth too. Because you're outside of your budget. And then you think a man who's making less has to tolerate this. Men ain't gonna have to tolerate this. You said you're on a scale from 1 to 10, you can't use 7. Where would you rank your face? Just your face. Fresh face.
My face? I think I'm a 7.
I said you cannot use 7.
Oh, I can't use 7? I'm an 8.
So you're up there with Beyonce.
Well, I don't want to compare myself to Beyonce. I want to compare myself. Huh?
That's what's in the 8 category. Beyonce.
Okay, well give me a 6. Give me a 6 then. I'll be a 6. I don't want to compare myself to Beyonce, but I'll be a 6.
But before I said Beyonce, you said I'm an 8. That's 2 steps away from the top.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to think about what I'm saying, computer engineer.
Mm-hmm.
If you thought yourself 2 steps from the top, that's 20% of women. Have you ever modeled?
Not fashion, no.
Print modeling?
No, just like urban hood stuff. That counts.
So, to put yourself in an 8, that's an elite category.
I think I got elite features. Yeah.
I want you to go back to that woman that was before her, and she said she was a 9. See, the problem is you've already shown that you, just like the other woman, y'all rank yourselves high. You're a 5, 6.
Hell no.
Okay.
But you said to
professional image
Beyonce.
consultant, 9. Professional image consultant, opinion.
To Beyonce, no.
Ma'am, what about your features make you pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous?
Okay, I have nice eyes. See, they're a little slanted. I have beautiful skin. Beauty mark. God don't give no beauty mark to nobody if they not beautiful. Teeth, popping. Nose, I got a nice nose. Eyebrows, lit. Hair.
You're average.
No, I'm not. Then I got the dimples.
Man, average. Why is today average? Is
confidence?
Confidence doesn't matter. Man, see, you ladies want men to value all this stuff. And I'm gonna let you know that don't matter. If people aren't coming to you to say, "Oh, we need to put you on the cover of this magazine or this article or in this movie," that's what a woman who's an 8. Beyonce.
Okay, but they got talent.
Diane Carroll. These kind of women. Women who
They
are
have
just
talent.
No, ma'am, they don't. Charlize
Beyonce
Theron.
don't got talent?
Excuse me. Charlize Theron had no talent. She was screaming at a bank teller in Bank of America. But she looked so nice that they made her into a star. That's not how this works. I've worked with people who actually source models, and they will tell you, you're not an 8. And telling you averages shouldn't be an insult. You're 5 feet tall, 140 pounds. Say you're 5'6", trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but you're an average cute. You could be cute, but ain't nobody gonna mistake you, Sweetie, Kelly Rowland, Rihanna, all in the same thing. There's a difference. And I didn't get to answer the question. Men who are making that $250,000 or more, do they typically marry average looking women?
Nowadays, can I say something?
Off rip. They just marry average women off rip.
Not all the time, no. But listen. Can I tell you one thing? Nobody in this world is ugly. Nobody. They just don't have enough money to fix it. Because whatever you say, only thing that I can't buy is height. Well, I could buy height because with heels, I'm 5'6". You see what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't believe that. That's why when you come,
I don't give a shit what you believe. And the fact that you're this foolish to say that no one in this world is ugly shows how far we've come. There are plenty of people in this world that are ugly.
Are they ugly or are they broke?
Either one, it's still the same. See, today, women don't want any standards. You want pretty, beautiful, or gorgeous women, and these women over here just be fixed. You ain't got, it doesn't matter. It matters to us men. That's why I said fresh face out of the shower. All the confident shit that you ladies pop is laughable to us. We don't care. Y'all sound, to the male mind, y'all sound zip damn crazy. Because we're still saying you can pop all that shit, you're still a 5. And you get 5 outcomes. Men off rip making $250,000 a year or more do not marry average women once they're making that kind of money. You want a man like that, you better get him when he's younger. But you're 27 years old.
I'm running out of time.
So time is against you, and then you want to have money on a certain level. So this is one thing that I don't seem to realize is women don't seem to understand the time and the sense of urgency. Y'all are so busy telling us about the tone. If I didn't use my tone or my delivery, I wouldn't have had your attention or your attention to tell you, you need to make a difference.
So what should we do?
That's what I'm, that's what like, that's
understand what the kind of man you want from a woman and ask yourself, can you do that? But today men want, especially the higher level men, want femininity.
I am girly.
How many times have we heard this, man? Girl, I'm sweet. I'm the sweetest person you ever want to meet. I'm sweet. The week before they cussed you out. The day before that, they talked over you. They yelled at you the month before that. Cussed you out in front of your friends. Now it's, I'm sweet. Okay, you're sweet.
That's not femininity. You're masculine.
What's femininity?
You've been so argumentative and combative, even though you haven't cursed a lot. It's just your nature to the smart, the sass. That's not femininity.
Yeah. I think I'm just sassy, but I don't think I'm
sassy ain't femininity. It's not femininity.
Okay.
That's why I did it on YouTube. Men aren't going to handle that.
So y'all like boring girls?
There's a difference between a wife and everything else. What should we do? If you have mothers that were married, you should go ask your mother, why did you not teach me how to be a wife? Why did you not
teach me? She's more sassier than me.
You ask the question, you go ask yourself, why did you teach me to be a wife? What do I need to do for a man? How do I keep a man? Not how do I get a man, how do I keep him? Does that sound
asked,
like, does that sound like how most women talk today?
Huh?
Does this sound like how most women talk today?
No. I don't ask those questions.
Well, and you got to think about it. Well, then how are you expect to get the knowledge that you would need to get the outcome you want?
well, I actually, instead of asking my mom, I actually asked my dad, and he was just like, basically to follow through with the man's vision. So whatever if his vision correlates with your vision, or even if you guys can grow into a vision together.
Why can't you ask your mom?
Well, because I felt like he married her, so.
So if you wanted to learn how to cook and your mom was a cook, you'd ask your dad because he ate the food?
Well, I mean.
Think about the logic. If you want to learn how to cook and your mom was a cook, you'd ask your dad because he ate the food.
Right.
The fact that you ladies can't even go to your mothers is a problem.
I did. I asked my mom.
You shouldn't have to go to your mothers. The women of the village are supposed to teach the girls how to be wise, how to work with the men. But y'all don't have the relationship to where you can go to your mother or feel like you can get there for, hey, how are you? You just showed up, your name is what, Jess?
Yep.
No,
I hear you. I get everything you're saying because.
How old are you?
I'm traditional like you.
How old are you?
You know. Pardon me?
How old are you?
Me, I'm 37.
All right. You were saying you agree with the things I'm saying?
No, I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I get what the girls are saying too, because it's like you wouldn't tell your daughter that advice that, you know what I mean?
Listening.
Like you wouldn't tell your daughter like, hey, put up with this shit, you got money or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't
I have
tell
a
your
daughter. Don't tell me what I would not tell my daughter. I absolutely.
So you're gonna tell your daughter like, put up with this bullshit.
I tell my daughter watches my content.
But you know what? Like, because my
put up with it. Hold on, stop right here. Why is it always put up with his shit? We put up with your shit.
What?
Women today are out of order.
Do you know what action reaction?
I do agree with him on that part, though. I do agree. Women are.
You're right.
Instead of me asking you a question, you're immediately going to go to tell me why I'm wrong.
No, but listen. Like,
okay, before we get there, are you married?
Me? No, but I've been in like the same relationship for.
You have any children?
19 till
any
now.
Children?
Yes.
Any children? And you came in saying you're a traditional woman.
I would say so because, like if this doesn't mean anything to anybody else, but like out of my whole family, I was the only one to have kids out of wedlock. And you know what I mean?
Why didn't you get married?
And date outside of my race as well.
Why didn't you get married?
Married, but
why didn't you get married? Why didn't you get married? Why didn't you get married?
Because people be acting up. Because we're busy fighting, then planning a wedding.
How many kids do you have?
Who, me or him?
You.
Oh, us two together too.
So remember what I said about women complaining about men's behavior, but then you decide to make babies before you become a wife?
Right. That's true.
Become a wife first.
No, I get it, but...
But is ass. There is no but. It didn't just happen. You really did have to give it up. It was your decision. Women control sex, men control relationships. If you don't want to have sex with anyone or have anyone's child, it's totally up to the woman. That's her decision. Guys, you got the condom or you got a vasectomy. And we got the wretched plan B. Take your pick. That's all you got.
You know life happens, and you know when you're in love. And
this is exactly what you said, 27,
things.
right? 27, ain't that what you just said 30
Right?
minutes ago? Life happens. Life doesn't happen, grown 37-year-old.
So
Life doesn't just happen, man.
You're right, but not
It doesn't
everyone
just
is
happen.
strong-headed like you. Like, fuck this bitch. I don't want to have kids with her, but I made her.
Well, no. The problem. This is why I don't tend to deal with women over 35. It's because you guys know all the mistakes, but instead of you humbling yourself and saying something different to the younger women, y'all double down to validate your lives.
No, I get what you're saying. Because you know
What
what
do you
my
mean,
mom
life? But
taught
I do
me
want to know
that
when you
I
say
wish
things
I
happen.
listened.
What do you mean? What do you mean things happen? What do you mean things happen? Life happens.
No, life happens. Like, let's just say you go to a bar or you meet someone beautiful and you guys vibe and had a great time. Like, let's not act like accidents don't happen. And this is not my situation at all, but
What do you mean
you
accident?
got
So you mean
pregnant or
sex?
whatever, and you
You
really
mean
like
sex? You mean sex?
Yes.
It's called a condom.
You already know.
I meet a stranger and I'm gonna put my
You already
precious
know.
dick, I'm gonna put my precious
In the
dick
heat of the
inside of
moment?
your suspect vagina without a condom. My precious dick, my precious seed, I protect it.
Okay, but that's your mind.
Like you should protect your precious womb.
You're right though, but
Then there is no accident, man.
That's true, because you're a responsible individual that thinks.
No, because I'm a grown up. Because I'm a grown up, and I don't want HIV/AIDS. I don't want any other things to come along with that, or children.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of hearing grown women talk about accidents happen. You know how many steps it has to take from meeting somebody to having sex. There are thousands of steps in between.
I get what you're saying, but
so how did accidents
for example,
Sierra? So how did it happen the second time?
She has a beautiful relationship with family, right?
So when people
but
say
she had a baby,
how does it happen the second time? Talk through. How does it happen the second time?
What do you mean?
There's one kid and there's two.
Cause you be holding on and having fun, and you're like, and women, we like to make our man happy, and when you get pregnant again, you're like,
I don't have a problem with you making your husband happy,
but I'm not gonna lie.
But he's not your husband.
If you
he's
love
not your
someone,
husband,
you're
and
gonna
no matter what, man, no matter what, women like yourself who are unmarried still don't have that security that the married version of yourself would have. And there's no way to make it be more secure. When DMX died, his baby mama of years was left out in the cold. Y'all know better, but modern women today are rebelling against what it is that's always protected you. Structure.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but not everyone is as strong-minded as you to play out the part as it should be, as a mother looking at my daughter or whatever. You get what I'm saying or no?
No, I don't.
You should though, because not everyone was raised and not everyone is smart enough to know
including myself,
to
and
do
say
that.
how weak. Excuse me. I look at people today, myself included, say how fucking weak we are. The previous generation survived World War II, the Vietnam War, polio, smallpox, the influenza, Great Depression, the Dust Bowl. They had real fucking problems.
It's true, but we ain't in that era though.
No, we're not. Today, we allow women to just do what you're doing. I want you to understand, this is why you young ladies don't get the information, because women in her age group are still, you understand, and it's instead of saying, you know what, young ladies, if I were your age, I would not have done this because I've learned this. But they're still trying to, because they're still out here. And all I'm doing is I'm talking to 24, 21, 27, 37, and I'm talking to all unmarried women. 70 years ago, you all would have been married.
There's a lot of single, thirsty women out here these days. Like it's 7-1 these days. Like
But you got one man with 2 babies and no ring. Why not just make? Why not?
I have a ring, but we just didn't get married.
Okay, but why not? Okay, I'm saying why not finish the family and get out and get on down the line?
You know why? Because men, they do things and action, reaction. You understand what I mean?
Yeah, what I want you to hear is.
So you want me to just like
what I want you to
in the corner?
Hold on. You don't.
Keep shitting on me.
No. I'm talking. Right.
You can clearly see why this woman is not married. Her attitude is combative. Always, yeah, you're right, but I understand. But you're right, but it's always a rebuttal to every truthful comment. She can't even address a truthful comment. But it's always the but. And it's another attitude attribute that's killing the majority of our women. Mr. Samuels was very polite to her, was never disrespectful, even when she overtalked him. With a woman like this, every conversation would be a debate. She would disagree with you the majority of the time. She's a warrior. She wants a fight. You don't want a warrior.
Action, reaction leaves you with no accountability. Meaning all you have is to react.
Okay, so what if I'm a mother?
You're a grown mother of 2. You're a grown mother of 2. You have the ability to be accountable and make your own actions.
That's true.
Ladies, and this is what I want to tell you. This is where this single, independent mindset, it teaches you how not to couple or pick men who give you action and reaction. Man, you're an attractive woman. You have plenty of suitable men. Why'd you pick one that has action reaction? Why didn't you pick the boring guy?
I mean, he's not boring. He's almost too
exciting.
Why
didn't you? Why didn't you pick the guy who wanted to do the traditional thing like you said you were raised?
Because life doesn't happen that way. It's not a movie.
You see why I say, so 21 and 27, do you see why I say it's not the men, it's the women? This is the women that are older and they're supposed to be teaching, but they're still acting like they're your age.
We try to point out the arrested development of our women in our community. Shouts out to Don Lexi with the Black Light podcast. He's also pointed out, along with Mr. Samuels, that our women are stuck in a childlike mind state. It seems like the development stops at age 16 with a lot of our women. Not to say that all of them are like that, but the majority. We always speak in terms of majority. But it's something to keep in mind, and something that we'll probably deal with for a long time in our community due to the chemicals and the food and the air, the water. Everything we intake in our community seems to be contaminated. Besides the fact that most pretty women, they don't have a personality because they're always being pursued. They don't have to have a personality or figure out a man or figure out what to say or be clever. All of that's an afterthought for them. So what you're stuck with is a child, a pretty child. Cut.
Yeah.
If I blank this screen out and digitally transform the voices, they would think you were all about the same age. And I'm not saying that to insult. I'm just saying there's supposed to be a difference between 21 and 37.
Right.
But there's not.
Because, like, the things that you say, I really wish, like, some of the things you say, some of the shit I'd be like, calm down. But, but I'm like, I wish someone told me that when I was young, so I would know better to do.
See, that's why I'm listening now.
You know what I mean?
You know what I want, and nobody told me.
Even though you may not agree with him, like it is what it is, and it's keeping it real.
Here's what I want. because no one told me these things either, or else I wouldn't be divorced twice. I want, but here's what I want. I want women in your position to go tell the younger women, so they don't have to worry about me and my tone and my delivery. You guys are supposed to be telling them this, not me.
And when you try to tell women to tell other women positive, uplifting, knowledgeable, wise information about relationships, you run into the problem of the sisterhood. The sisterhood says we can't say anything about each other in terms of criticism. We can't criticize each other even if it's the truth. We have to lie to each other. We have to make each other feel good above all. And men are not in our tribe. We need to banish the sisterhood because it's a bunch of bullcrap. And you guys have no sisterhood. You're handicapping each other. You're hurting each other. And you're acting like it's helpful and joyful and bringing happiness. When in actuality, you're lying. You're being a hater. And you just don't want to be unliked. You gotta have that like. And by the way, press the like button if you're enjoying this video and subscribe to Dark Enlightenment. Cut.
Because with me, they got to worry about the tone and this and that versus just getting
That's
the right
true.
information.
But they listen more because you're a man too. And you're
So
not
who
bashing
go-
the guy.
So, but can I ask you a question? So, who is gonna tell the men not to cheat on us?
Well, sweetheart, I have bad news for you. Women and men cheat roughly at the same rates. As a matter of fact, younger women cheat at exponentially higher rates, and this has been documented. Google it yourself. Let me go ahead and pull it up for you. See, this is all bullshit you gotta believe.
Because that's my problem. I'm not gonna stay with somebody that keeps cheating on me.
But you
Right,
asked-
like you can only get shitted on.
But
so
you asked the
much.
question.
Come on now.
When men and women cheat at the same rates. Who's cheating on who? We're both cheating on each other.
Well, he keeps getting caught. So,
To me, I just have a problem, like y'all said, I feel like, I feel like no man should cheat at all, but it's the ones that don't have nothing that's doing all the disrespect and the cheating. They don't have
28 to
shit.
24%. Men cheated at 28% rate, women cheated at 24% rate. But here's the funny thing. Women talk about cheating like it's 9 to 1.
When women cheat, we cheat with emotions. When men cheat, it just be like, fuck.
No, you cheat with your vagina too.
No, but when
It
women
doesn't
cheat,
matter.
we cheat with our emotions.
But do men
But
and women
they
talk about
just fuck.
cheating? Do men talk about a fear of cheating like women do?
so can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
You want us
I
to
gotta answer
marry?
that question first. Do men talk about, yeah, but what if she cheats like women talk about that?
No, they don't.
But and if it's almost the same, what's the difference? Y'all are being told that something happens that it doesn't. Y'all women cheat at almost higher rates now.
So, do you want
Yeah,
us to
'cause
marry?
bitches are like
Do you
men
want
now.
all three of us to marry cheaters? Oh, that's what you're saying? If he cheating on us, do you want us to marry them still?
Poor thing. See, this is what I mean. Y'all,
He said poor thing.
listen. Yeah, all three of you guys, maybe the 21. This is why I don't want you watching that stuff. That why did I get married? Because at a certain point, your mind becomes so warped by this propaganda. All you can see is relationships in negative terms. Worried about shit that ain't happening in mass. 8 out of 10 children in the black community are born to single mothers. 1 out of 4 black women will get married. That's one. But that one woman, the marriage tends to last 5 years. And if that marriage is divorced at the 75% rate, 8 out of 10 times it's you walking away with the kids. So who should really be concerned about relationships and marriage? According to the numbers, men should be the ones.
I get what you're saying.
No, absolutely not.
No, I get what
According
you're
to the
saying.
no, I don't want this.
You
Is not a time to. This is not a time to comment.
You don't.
There's nothing you can say that's going to overcome this. Stop.
I'm like,
Stop. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to overcome this. You guys talk about relationships as in negative terms, and you guys are the ones that wreck stuff by the numbers.
I beg to differ.
Ma'am, unless you got better, I don't want, ma'am, before you say something, ma'am, unless you're coming with facts, data, statistics, I don't want to hear it.
Okay, but listen.
Unless you're coming with
Statistics
facts,
does
data,
not say
statistics,
everyone's
I
life.
don't want to hear it on this.
Okay, so
Your
let me give you
anecdotal,
an
I
narrative.
don't want to hear it on this one.
Can I give you a
Don't want to
narrative?
hear it. I don't want to hear it. We've heard this shit too much. Shut it up, please. We've heard women like you tell this bullshit propaganda lie too much. That's what's confusing these young girls. This is the problem. I tell you not to listen to women her age and older because they're the ones warping you, not men. You still want to say, do you have better data, ma'am?
Yeah, you make sense, but you don't get the if.
Do you have better data?
I don't have no data.
Then if you
I'm
don't
just
have better
listening to
data,
you.
No,
why
I
are you still talking about this issue?
psychology.
If
So
you
I
don't
trust
have better data, why are you trying to make a different point?
because not everyone's story is the same.
I don't give a shit.
You don't give a shit, but they're living their
All
life.
right, I've told you. You're not trying. We're not doing
You
this.
know what I mean?
This is the problem. Young ladies, I want you to understand. These older women are so concerned with you feeling their pain, with you understanding that accidents happen. It's not always this way, that they're not teaching. See, she knows what
That
she's
is
doing, but she wants to tell you her story so much. And then you guys get caught in between. And there are not enough men who can speak. You hear more women like her talking than men like me.
Please throw me.
This is your problem right here. Women who say they know better, but they still want to tell you, now that's all not all the same. And we need to figure out every snowflake. Man, you look at these women's faces when you're talking. They're looking at you the same way. You're not getting it.
No, I know what you mean, but you know what I mean. You know, I know what you mean, but I don't know if you know what I mean.
Now, if you tell me Mr. Samuels didn't display the most excellent patience and understanding with this woman, who was combative, she's misleading the young ladies continuously by saying, but, and trying to redirect the narrative in her direction, trying to hide her mistakes and not take accountability for them. Ridiculous behavior from a 36-year-old woman.
This is part of modern relationships. The older cousins, the aunties, the women who have made the mistakes aren't humble enough to remove themselves from the story. Whatever happened, tell the women, tell these young women what they should do. How about that? I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna step back. You tell them what they should do.
I don't know what I should do because I don't have my stuff together, but I will be honest and say that my mom, she's amazing and smart.
No, ma'am. I only ask you one thing: to tell these young women what they should do.
To live their life, to be happy.
Tell them how to do that.
Pardon me?
Tell them how to do that.
By just living off what you feel. I would like to say, but really not.
And that's the type of woman that these mothers of children are instructing kids make awful decisions based on feelings, emotion, no structure, no plan, no foresight. Let's just have fun and be happy, and it's all about love. And that's when the man comes into play with sensibility, a plan, structure. And we love women for what they provide to the world. But the role of a man can't be diminished. And when it is, you have women like this with this instruction for our young ladies and even our young men.
So the first thing she said is, I can't tell you how to do that. But she's still trying to overtalk and still wanting to be heard. And then when I let you talk, she's got nothing for you. Just go on how you feel. That's what got you where you are. That's got me where I am. That's what I mean. This is the problem, young ladies. I want you guys to see this is not necessarily a black thing. This is the modern woman thing. You got two young women who are trying to learn, and you should be able to tell them something different. So this is why I say all you got is me. So you got to put up with my tone, because at least I'm trying to tell you something. I come with facts, data, statistics. I don't come with this bullshit that most women are coming with. Well, shit just happens. Live life. At least I give you something that you can research to think about. The women failed you guys, not the men.
The woman failed us and not the men.
You women failed these young women. Yes. I'll ask you again. Tell these women who are 10 to 16 years younger than you what they should do to get a different outcome than you.
I would say just think before you speak, because I really don't sometimes, and do what makes you happy, because this is only one life. And that's all I gotta say, because, and like I was saying before, that my mom taught me, and I never listened or thought about it till it panned out in my life. She was like you need to pick your battles. You know what I mean? You know how when people get you mad and get you upset, and if you nitpick and bitch and complain about every single thing, you're just gonna fuck shit up. You know what I mean? Mess stuff up. You know what I mean? And she was like, sometimes, you ain't going nowhere, and you love this man and whatever, you need to calm down and relax and not mess it up, because you're not going anywhere, because you love him and you're not going anywhere. But I'm not saying hey, disrespect me, but she was saying that to me, and I never understood it till I got a little older.
So 21, did that help you in any way?
Pardon me? I couldn't hear you.
I think what she's saying is just try not. A lot of women are impulsive, and I feel like she's saying to not be so impulsive. It's to actually think through your decisions before you actually make them, and try not to involve.
Is that what you? Okay.
I tried to dissect a little bit of some.
But I'm reading your facial expressions, and it's not making any sense. It's not connecting. And again, the whole thing about do what makes you happy is the problem. Happiness is short term, ma'am. What makes you happy is what children do. It's time to grow up. You need to do what's right. Do what's practical, like grown-ups. Stop.
Right.
I let you speak. Get out of this. I need to do what makes me happy and live my own life. This ethereal, liberal bullshit, you only got one way around it. That is amazingly short-sighted and selfish. So you can say that and then turn around and say that your mother told you something, but at the end of the day, you did what your ass wanted to do because it's all about you. And that's the problem with today's women.
That is so true,
everybody but them.
We don't want to hear that, but you're telling the truth.
Yeah, have a good one. Appreciate it. Modern women is becoming. Here's the biggest. I appreciate it. Yes. Ladies, I want you to have a life. The women I date are educated. I don't deal with dumb women. I deal with women that have something to lose. But the difference between now and back in the day is we had lives that were just bigger than our individual wants. We had a family that we had to make look good, a neighborhood, a community, a church. It wasn't just about our own personal, individual happiness. That makes it incredible. That means the moment I'm not happy, I can choose to leave. That doesn't work. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I think this is actually a pretty good video, pretty good stuff. Have a good one. Tune in tomorrow night. Bye-bye.
And that's Kevin Samuels, the Negus, the King, the Godfather, laying down the law to all the subjects with supreme knowledge, genius at work, and wisdom Thank you for the time you spent with us on this earth. I hope you guys learned something from this man. Strong spirit that will shine on for a long time. Y'all have a good one. DE, House Hill, I'm out. Peace.